Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make 3D pop out from TV in Photoshop. Also, we will make use of a pen tool for creating selection, creating clipping mask, using hue and saturation for creating shadows, and applying vignette. So let's get started! So here in our document, I prepare here an image of this television, and I also prepare here another image that will be used for the pop-up effect. All right. So going back on our original document, the first step we're gonna do here is we're going to create a selection around the screen of the TV. All right. So to do that, we're gonna make use of a pen tool. Right. So going on to the toolbar, find the pen tool. This is how it looks like, or press P for the shortcut key. Now let's zoom in this one for us to create a perfect selection. So press P. Make sure on the options on top, we're gonna make use of path, and then let's start creating paths around this television. There are. Now we're done. From this path that we just created, right click on it and then choose make selection. And further radius to 1 pixels is fine. There you have it. Okay. Now the next step here is we're going to cut out this selection to create its own. So from that background layer selected, and with this selection, press Ctrl plus J. Now I already have this one. Okay, now let's name this one as the screen. All right. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Now, let's go to the other asset that we're going to make use of, this image, is we're going to bring that into our original document. So press V for the move tool, and then click and drag it on our original document. There you have it. Now, for now, I'm going to decrease the opacity of this image for us to align the mountain image to the screen. So I'm going to do it something like this. So press Ctrl plus T for the position so that we may decrease the size. Drag this one in. All right, this seems good to me, but I want to move this one here and then press Ctrl and stretch it out and drag this down here. Okay, now that looks better. My goal here is to create this top as the pop-up effect. Okay. All right, then hit enter. Okay. Now the next step here is we're going to bring the opacity back to 100%. Okay. So with that, all right, and then from this other layer, all right, so we're going to create clipping mask. Right click on it and then choose create clipping mask. So when I did that, it went onto the screen layer. All right, something like that. Okay, and then we're going to create a duplicate layer of this by pressing Ctrl plus J. All right, there you have it. Okay, and then zoom this one in because my next goal here is we're going to create a selection onto the mountain and also to the man on top. Okay, all right, maybe just this portion over here. All right, the top part portion. Okay, so press P for the pen tool, and let's make a selection around this mountain. All right, so I guess this one's okay. So we already can start closing the selection from here. All right, there you are. So once we already created the path there, just the same thing. Right click on it and then choose make selection. Better radius to 1 pixel. There you have it. Okay. So there are areas here that I want to deselect. So I'm gonna make use of a quick selection tool here. Press Control and then let's deselect this area. There you are. All right. So let's zoom this one out. So once I already have this kind of selection, now I'm going to add a layer mask. Okay, there you are. So once I did that, it created this kind of pop-up effect. See? Now, the next step here is we're going to add shadows. Okay, so to do that, from this layer here, okay, that's the mountain layer, right? So selected on that, press Ctrl plus J to create its own layer. And then go to the adjustment layer icon, click that, and choose hue and saturation. And then for the lightness, I'm going to decrease that to negative 100. And then click on this clipping icon. There you are. And then let's select these two layers, press Control. And also this one. They're already selected, right click, and then let's merge these layers. Okay, so let's name this one as the shadow. All right, so from the shadow layer, let's click and drop it over here. All right, there you go. Okay, and then press Ctrl+T for the transformation command, and let's move the position of this shadow layer. Right. Okay, then hit enter. All right, and then for the opacity, I'm gonna decrease that into amount of 30%. And then with that shadow layer selected, go to the menu bar, go to filter, then choose blur, and then Gaussian blur. Set the radius into just the amount of 6 pixels is fine, and then hit OK. And then I'm going to add a layer mask from this layer. Then get the brush tool. Okay, then set the brush to hard round. Okay, for the opacity, set this one to 100%. For the foreground, set that to black. Then now we may now start removing the shadows on this area. Okay, there are. So I just want to leave the shadow just the outside the screen. Okay, that's much better. All right, and there you have it. And one last thing, let's add a vignette to make it look more better. Selected on that background layer, let's go to the menu bar, go to filter, find the camera raw filter. Then go to effects. For the vignetting, decrease this one into the amount that you want. So I'm good with -30. Yes, around -39 is fine. And then hit OK. There you are. So let me now show you the before and after. So this one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to make 3D pop-up from TV in Photoshop.